Hi, this is Lee with ChurchFinder.com, and today I'm going to talk about church profiles and walk you through their church profiles and completing your church profile. So I'm going to go to Frisco, Texas, and we'll take a look at what the church profiles look like. So most of our traffic on ChurchFinder.com comes through the city pages. This is actually the landing page where we have, for most cities in the U.S., hundreds of visitors a month. Some cities receive thousands of visitors a month. We're ranking on #1 in Google in the majority of U.S. cities, and actually on the first page of Google in over 90% of U.S. cities. And so a lot of the traffic comes right here. And if you're in one of those cities, being a ChurchFinder Pro, getting ChurchFinder Pro and upgrading from basic is a wise choice because we're getting a lot of traffic in those cities. And being right here on the top, these three churches in Frisco are getting the majority of our traffic. The rest of the churches are down here. These are the free ad-supported church. There's really no reason not to go ahead and get a free account, and I'll show you what one of those looks like. Let's click on Liberty Baptist Church. Again, this is absolutely free to sign up and add your church or claim your church on ChurchFinder. But you'll see that the free profiles are ad supported. There's an ad right here. There's also an ad at the bottom. But with these high traffic cities, you'll at least get maybe one or two visitors a year, and for free, that's more than worth it. So, but there's a lot you can add to the free church profile. You still get the map. You can still do church reviews. This church doesn't have any reviews, but service times, your meeting location. You can even put in. There's even more information that you could put in if you wanted to. This church is claimed, but this church profile manager just hasn't put in all the information that's available for free. So I'm going to go back here though to the Frisco page, and let's look at one of the pro level churches. And right away you'll see the difference. You just saw that they're featured on the top of the city page, but then when you get to the church profile, the ad is removed. You can add a virtual photo tour of the church, meet the pastor page. Everything is designed with the seeker in mind to really help get the person looking for a church familiar with the church, and not only that, but comfortable to come visit the church for the first time. We're trying to break down the barriers, and so they'll come through the church doors that first time. So scrolling on down here, there's a lot of great information. We've tried to make it. We spent a lot of research, many hundreds of hours researching what people are looking for, the things, the questions they have about what the ministries and groups are, about the beliefs. And so fill out as much of your church profile as you can. And if you need to go to the pastor and ask some questions about beliefs, if you're not the senior pastor, definitely do that, because this is information that, again, hundreds of hours gone into research to find out what people are really looking for when they're looking for a church. And with our new site launch just last year, we've integrated reviews a lot more, and you can see the top three, the latest three reviews are right on the church profile. So people can't miss the reviews anymore. You'll see the 5-star rating, even back on for pro churches, even back on the city page has their 5-star rating. So people make decisions about which church to visit based on reviews, and reviews are really that personal recommendation. So you can really use reviews and ask your congregation to write a review and share on social media. And I'm going to have a whole nother video about that, because it's when you really grasp what you can do with reviews and how your congregation can be engaged. It's really pretty exciting, and some churches are really running with that, and we're working on some things to make it even easier for churches to engage their congregation with using reviews to virtually invite their friends to church. So I won't talk any more about that, but check out other videos on reviews and something we're working on called Share My Church. So one more thing I'll show here is that this is up here in the upper right hand corner. Of course, there's the call to action to write a review. But right next to that is this church says save to favorites. This is how seekers interact with your church profile. They're going to create a short list of churches, and that goes onto their dashboard. Their dashboard looks a little different than yours does. Their dashboard has a place where they can see their favorites list, and they can write journal notes. And we're encouraging them to as step one, to create a list of churches as they look at church profiles, create a list of churches to visit, and then come back, write journal notes we're really guiding them through the whole process of finding a church. So much more than just being a directory of churches, we're actually helping the seeker on their journey of finding a church. And by having your church profile on here, you're a part of that. You're a part of this, basically I call it a pre-church ministry of helping them decide on a church for their family. Many people are new believers, or they're Christians who have relocated, or they're people who have just seeking God, and they're looking for a church. And so it's a pivotal point in their lives when we can interject the gospel. We can help them on their path of finding a church. So once you've registered and added or claimed your church, you'll see this as a church profile manager. And then this first, we won't go into all of this, but this first option here is church profile, manage church profile. And this is where you come in and fill in all the information. So we'll look for the other video that goes through, and this is pretty easy. You could probably go through it on your own, but if you'd like a step-by-step, then please watch the next video about how to go and optimize your church profile, and add all the sections. But we've broken it up into pieces so you can do some and then come back and do the rest later. But honestly, it only takes a few minutes. And with just a few minutes of time, you can have a great looking church profile that is a great first impression you can make on the hundreds of people that are looking for a church in your city on ChurchFinder. Thank you, and as always, we're very excited to be partnering with you to reach people in your city.